face is gonna be one big bump. I'm the Lady White Hope. I'm so bad I wipe my ass on pictures of the Pope. How's that sound, brother? The poet finished amid laughter. Look, dick breath motherfucker. Get off my mama's back or I'm gonna put your pedigree on the tier. I'm your daddy, punk. My ass. You're the result of a few drops of syphilis from a bulldog's dick rammed in your transvestite father's ass. You shot shit out and hatched on a hot rock. A Negro voice full of anger interrupted. You honkies better ease up on them spooks and things. I'd been expecting this response, and my stomach went tight though I was uninvolved in leaving in the morning. Fuck you, nigger, someone else yelled. Where you live and we'll see in the morning. Yeah, honky redneck motherfucker, another Negro yelled. What's your cell number? The cell block was silent. Murders had come from less than this. It's my room, for your information, and if you're inquiring about my address, my dear mother warned me against having anything to do with ghetto riffraff. The reply, so unusual for prison, brought a blast of laughter. But afterward there was silence except for the typewriters. The thoughtless, vulgar repartee could have ignited another prison race war. There'd been several during my stay, each resulting in several deaths and dozens of wounded. And there were no uninvolved inmates. Those who tried to stay uninvolved were the most likely to be ambushed. They made the best targets because they were unprepared. It'd be a bitch, I thought wryly, to have some dumb nigger run a shiv in me the morning I'm blowing this jail. Attention went out through the cell house's barred windows to where the prison property fell into San Francisco Bay. The banked floodlights illuminated everything except the black water. The massive concrete and steel buildings gleamed. So did the gun towers set in shallow water on stilts. 2 miles away, across the black pond, were rolling hillsides. Only their lights, cast like handfuls of jewels on black velvet, suggested their outline. A highway curved along the base of the hillsides. Headlights and ruby taillights streamed endlessly. Further marking the highway was red, silver, green, blue neon. I didn't know what signs the neons represented, for I'd only seen them in the distance. And when I'd come to this cell, the highway had been dark except for a handful of automobiles, and the hillsides had been empty. The landscape had changed. The question was, had the world changed too much for me? Had the mental and emotional tools necessary for life outside, different tools than those necessary for life in prison, gone rusty in 8 years? Again I was back into my anxieties. The churning caused me to grab the cell bars and shake with all my strength. They gave not a millionth of an inch. Leroy Robinson appeared on the tier outside, carrying a water bucket with a long spout that would go through the bars. The cells had only cold water. The inside of the bucket gave off steam. He caught me wrestling with the unyielding bars. Say, motherfucker, what are you doing? Dynamic tension? I'm breaking out, damn fool, can't you see? Leroy made me smile. He always made me smile, both through friendship and because he transmitted, perhaps by osmosis, his outlook of absurd humor. Leroy would make jokes on the way to the gas chamber. He used wit both to diminish confrontation with his own failures — he was a 4-time loser — and to put the world in perspective. I know what you're trying to break out from, he said. You're uptight as a Thanksgiving turkey the second week in November. I brought you something for your nerves. He put the water bucket down and put his palm through the bars. Wrapped in the cellophane from a cigarette package were 2 yellow Nembutals. They were worth a carton of cigarettes, a considerable sum when 10 cartons could get someone stabbed, and 20 cartons would buy a killing. I unwrapped the capsules and put them on the bunk while he poured hot water into a peanut butter jar, and I mixed my last dab of instant coffee into it. The coffee washed down the pills. Don't forget to call my sister and tell her I'm okay. Man, you ought to write yourself. She wants to hear from you. Look, she's married. They've got kids growing up in suburbia. They live in a different world. I shook my head. Leroy pulled the walls around him like a cloak.